Okay, so a lot of my followers, if you've been following me for a long time anyway, probably know that I'm a fan of the Assassin's Creed video game series. It's one of my favorite video game series. It's one of my favorite video game franchise, whatever. I love the series for a lot of things behind it. It mixed real history in with this fictional telling, this twisted spin on it. Very fun. Good storytelling. I like the gameplay. I like what the game stands for. I was a fan since the first game, so staying with the game is easy for me. But I like the games. I love the games a lot. Punisher series. I also did a review for the Punisher series on Netflix. And one thing I didn't talk about in there, I don't want to really give away any spoilers, and that's kind of hard to do because of what I'm talking about. But just be warned, there might be some spoilers. But there's a character in the Punisher series who actually has a hidden blade. He uses it. His name is Billy Russo. And I only seen one video. That's why I decided to make this. I only seen one video online highlighting that on YouTube or whatever. And that dude, I think he has about 3,000 views or something like that. I'm going to put a link to his video down below just to give him a shout out. I know his last name was like Ramen or something like that. But he had a video up, and since I didn't see too many people talking about it, I decided I would talk about it too. But the hidden blade, the guy has a hidden blade in there. You see him kill somebody with it. He also cut somebody's hand. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, who's, what, and when it happened. And there's even a scene where he's getting some equipment, and the hidden blade, when it's not strapped to his arm, you can see when it's it's not contracted, the blade's not out. But you can see when he throws it in his bag of equipment, when it's not in use and stuff like that. And I just thought it was pretty cool that the hidden blade is entering films or television series, is going out into different medias, because it's a very cool tool. It's not something that wouldn't necessarily be practical. You wouldn't need it. You could just hide a blade under your sleeve, pull it out, stab somebody, and hide it again. It's as simple as that, you know what I mean? But it's a cool mechanism because it's activated, especially when it's dual action. There's a lot of people who make their own hidden blades, and they even sell replicas of the ones in the game, certain companies and stuff. But there's a lot of people who make their own out of metal, aluminum, plastic, with 3D printers. Some people made them out of wood. There's a lot of people making them. There's a lot of people. Just look it up on YouTube. Type hidden blade and you'll see. People sell them also. I have one that I bought from somebody. Sometimes I had to do maintenance on it. It was cool to figure out the mechanism. But I try to figure out how to make one before I even bought one from somebody. That's something I like to do. I like to craft. But it was cool to see that the hidden blade in there. And this is not the first time a hidden blade has been in, media, movies and television. Before Assassin's Creed game, actually, I've seen the hidden blade a few times. There was a movie called Smoking Aces, and there was one of these assassins in there. I think he was Israeli or something like that. He had a hidden blade, but his was more of like an ice pick. It was like a long pick, and it was pretty long. I like that one. That design was pretty cool. He had a hidden blade. Oh, Underworld, with the werewolves and vampires. Guy named Lucian. Yeah, the werewolf dude. He had a sword. You know what I mean? It came out and it could contract it and it extended from his sleeve. That was pretty cool. I never forgot that. I always thought that was cool. And this, that was like 6 years before Assassin's Creed came out. So I remember seeing Smoking Aces. I can't remember what year that came out, but I thought that was pretty cool too, the little blade he had in there. And there was a couple other movies, I'm not sure about television shows, where they had something like that, where guns ejected from the sleeves, knives came out a glove, the fist part of the glove, and stuff like that. There's a few out there. You can find them if you search hard enough. And there's also a video on Twitter that I saw tonight. Ricky Whittle, he's the guy who plays in American Gods. He plays was it a Moon Shadow? He also played Lincoln in The 100. Love that show. And the earlier seasons of The 100. He posted a video of the guy who plays Billy Russo in Punisher, playing around with his hidden blade, just on the set, just playing around with it, and he tagged Assassin's Creed in it. So that was pretty cool. It's a really cool mechanism. Some people even made, like, you can hide your phone up your sleeve, and you can extend it out just like the hidden blade does. That's pretty cool. And that's the coolest thing about it, that it's retractable and it extends, especially without using, any other hand or stuff like that. That's the whole cool thing about it. But I just thought it was cool to mention that it was in there, so you can see it. I'll put some links down there to some of the videos if I can find where it's at, or I'll put them in my video myself. But yeah, that's all. Just want to talk about it. Big fan of Assassin's Creed. Anybody else is a fan of it, you can watch the series. In a couple of episodes, you see the hidden blade in action. It's pretty cool, isn't it?